to change the name. Edit. Just the two of us. Right, is it up and running now? I think it is it. Yeah, we're live now. So we're off. Hello everybody that's listening.
Good evening all.
If there anybody actually ever listens. So yeah. Unfortunately today it seems a bit disorganised and all you've got is me and Billy today. So say hello, Bill.
Hello guys, how you doing?
And I hear you're in the UK. Things are going a bit from bad to worse there in terms of now you've got avian flu apparently. Is that so?
Oh, well, there's a flu bug, but it's not. I don't think it's avian, but there's definitely a flu bug going around, and they're not sure what it is. People are just guessing at the moment, but there is a terrible flu epidemic. Luckily, I've been vaccinated.
Well, yeah, but if it's the wrong strain of flu, it won't make any
difference.
Yeah.
No.
That's why the flu vaccine's a waste of time, because it's for an old version that's already gone. But yeah, what was I going to say? The what I read was they said it was avian flu, and they'd actually announced they were putting a lockdown on birds. I was thinking, what are you supposed to do? Phone up the council if you see a bunch of crows sat on your lawn without masks on. I mean, what the fuck? I was reading absolutely incredulous. I mean, just the words lockdown on birds. So, no pigeons in your garden, Bill?
No Christmas dinner either, no turkey?
Yeah, oh God, yeah, Christ, that would be one. Oof. Or maybe maybe it's alright, you can just kill them and eat them if they get in your garden. Just make sure you cook them properly.
Talking of turkeys is a good road into the Man United situation.
Nice segue, mate. Nice segue. Very professional. So so the latest news is, of course, Ranić is coming in as interim boss and consulting on the rebuild, which obviously they desperately need. I suppose they've got Fletcher in as technical director just recently, so I guess they don't want to shunt him aside, even though he needs to.
Yeah, I think the old boys network needs breaking up, doesn't it? At United, they got. I don't think Carrick Samani had a great result midweek, but the old boys network with the Fletchers and and Phelan coming back and. As you say, Fletcher, I don't think it works. I think it's a bad move. I think you've got to have a clear out, and I think Ranić will do that. I think he's the type to do that.
Well, he did brilliantly with Red Bull. I mean, look where they've come from and what what he's done for them.
Yeah,
and it's not just one club as well with them. He's managed, so he certainly can cope with a big project, like.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good move for United, and good luck to them, because they could do with some good news. They've had a terrible time recently, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the other options they're putting forward, like Pochettino, it's like I don't get that one. I really don't understand that one. I don't understand why he's so highly rated at all. Awful. Zidane, another one. I mean, he's tedious and boring, and his football is I mean, he took over from Rafa and made them even more defensive. So, that says it all, really, doesn't it? I mean,
Pochettino, you're saying about Pochettino, he's never actually won anything.
No.
And a club like Man United, you've got to have a winner there, someone who knows what they're doing. And Pochettino, plays nice football, but I don't think he's got the winning mentality for me. And the same with Rodgers as well, by the way. I don't think they can do it at the highest level. I think they're okay, as a manager, but not for a club of Man United size.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing. I wrote some notes because people kept talking about how great Rodgers is for some reason. I don't know where they get this from, because personally, I think. But I was watching the Leicester team, and we know they're disorganised defensively. It's something we've said about many times. But that
Yeah,
isn't why they're so bad. And this is something I've seen with Rodgers' teams all along. Once he starts getting his imprint on them, and starts turning them into a Rodgers team, they the same problem. The front players, normally a front three he plays, they press,
yeah,
but the rest drop off. So you've got a huge gap behind them. So there's no,
yeah,
it's not an organised press. It's just, it's an easy one to get out of. It's so easy. It worked for a while at Liverpool because the front three, Sturridge, Suarez, and Sterling, were all quick and worked really hard. So they didn't
yeah,
give the defenders time to get out of the press. They were literally, there was someone in there on them immediately, so they were just having to hack it away like. But as soon as
yeah,
one of them wasn't playing, it fell apart. It doesn't work without. It doesn't work. Full stop. You should have the midfield and the back line should be working with it, but they don't. They
yeah,
drop
yeah.
off, and there's huge gaps. As soon as anyone plays through it, they're just playing through open spaces. As soon as they've got past the press,
And
it's too easy to break.
and the likes again, they're missing Fofana. We know that,
Yeah.
but he's got no plan B. He can't shuffle. I know he's a little bit light, but he has got options there. But the way he sets up the team, it doesn't help him. For
Yeah.
me, to come out and say, well, I'll use this. It's just to put someone in for Fofana and not change it. Someone not as good, obviously, because he's a damn good player. But that's where he loses out for me as well.
It's not just that. If you watch his midfield, and this was the same with Liverpool, you watch them, they're lazy getting back. They don't race back. So when they're dropping off, but they're not actually. If the press is broken quickly, which it usually is, the attackers are straight at Leicester's defence because the midfield aren't
Yeah,
there. There's no protection from them other than Ndidi, who's already back anyway. It's not that he's chasing, but you got players
yeah,
like Tielemans. They're just trudging around
yeah,
slowly, making no effort to get back and help out. Even when a player runs past them, I've watched players run past him, and he doesn't even try and get back with them. You know what I mean? He
yeah.
just stands.
Very good going forward, isn't he? But
Yeah,
he offers not very little defensively.
it's the way Rodgers plays his midfield, though. I mean, he did it. He had Stevie Gerrard sat in a defensive midfield role, but not actually defending. It was ridiculous. And then everything is sideways and backwards for hours on end. They'll just pass around, back, sideways, back again, sideways again, and it's like,
Yeah,
there's no attempt to just get at them. When you've got a player like Vardy, your first thought should be, and Barnes as well. He's quick. He's not particularly skilled. I know people rave about him, but I'm not a big fan of Harvey Barnes, I gotta say.
maybe he's decent,
But he's got pace. So you've got
yeah,
to be looking to put the ball in behind, but they don't do that. They're passing sideways too often. It's just I don't. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Rodgers. I think he's ridiculously overhyped, and he's gone way above his competency level.
yeah. I think Leicester's about as high as he can go, and that's why I don't think he's a thingy for Man United. Leicester, their ambition. Don't get me wrong, they won the league the other year, and they've been a really decent side. But to take that step to become a Liverpool, Chelsea, a Man United, or a Man City, he can't go that far. That's his ceiling, Leicester, I think. Someone on the verge of it, but not actually getting there.
I think it's way above his level, personally. I think he's,
Yeah,
yeah, he should be. He's championship. He's got no tactical acumen. I mean, Liverpool played in Europe against, I think it was Basel, whatever, however you pronounce it, like, the Swiss side anyway. And he couldn't figure out what they were doing. Two games we played them. 2 games. So he's got 180 minutes watching them before he figured it out. Oh,
yeah,
oh, it was so embarrassing. And this is something that was admitted by the coaching staff. Because Craig Bellamy was on the coaching staff at the time, and he actually went on live TV and talked about this, how they couldn't figure it out. It's like, oh, that is embarrassing. I could see it within 5 minutes of you could see it within 5 minutes. You could figure out exactly what they were doing, how they were switching from a back three to a back four system. You know what I mean? As the play developed. it wasn't difficult to figure out. It wasn't a, it's like,
Yeah, not rocket science, no.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's being paid millions to figure it out, and he still can't figure it out. It's just him.
Were you a fan of his when he was at Liverpool, Trust?
No, I didn't. I didn't like him.
No, I know. I mean from the start, or
No, I didn't like him. I thought he
did
was
you
terrible.
just grow to dislike him?
No, I didn't want him from the start because I'd seen his Swansea
Oh, right,
team,
okay.
and I didn't rate him. I didn't like him, but yeah, I didn't. I thought I'd give him a chance, but like, no, I grew to dislike him more and more as the time went on because he was.
Yeah.
People raved about that, but it was what 6 months of good football, and even then it was so there were so many stupid, sloppy pieces of play that were embarrassing. Yeah, no. But that anyway, back to Ranić, at least they look like they got someone in who's got a plan. Unlike Rodgers, he'll know what he has a plan of play, and the question is, can Ranić turn that into a trophy-winning team, a trophy-winning side at a big club? Because he's managed it at RBS, at Salzburg in Austria and places like that.
Yeah.
But he's not managed it in Germany with Leipzig.
No. But he'll have more at his disposal, money-wise and talent-wise, I would think. But what he's got to do with them players, I'm not sure, because some of them are they're stealing a living, and he's got to get a grip now, and it's up to Ralph to do that and say, you've got to go, and I'm going to bring him in. And that's not an easy process, that. I know they've got good players, but they've got a lot of individuals, and they haven't got a very good team working out that way anyway.
And, how much power will he actually have as he's a consultant rather than an actual...
Yeah, well,
he's coming in as an interim. He's getting... Well, I don't know, because they've just appointed Fletcher and that on long-term contracts, haven't they? And whoever the other one is, I forget. They've just appointed a bunch of new people in and given the likes of Carrick big contracts and that. And I can't see him wanting to work with them.
No. So, you've got to have one man doing the, calling the shots, haven't you, really? And if it's a mishmash of ex-players, I'm not a big fan of ex-players at clubs myself, and I think it's going to be hard for him, and he'll just walk, I think, if he doesn't get his own way.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to give him. I know they're saying it's a consultancy role, but they need to give him genuine power. Otherwise, it's just a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, sure.
Yeah, he needs to be in charge. The question is, will he be able to overrule Ferguson, for example?
Yeah, well, that's been a problem since he left. He should have walked away from the club. He's had too much to say. He had too much to say about bringing Moyes in and other managers who've come in. He's always been in the background. For Christ's sake, walk away, Alex. If you want to leave the club, walk away and leave it alone. Interfering doesn't help anyone at United.
Yeah,
or at any club.
It confuses everybody at the club because nobody knows who's actually in charge. Is he still in charge or not? Because sometimes it feels like he is. So, is he still making the decision? Because Ole was constantly asking him. So, it feels like that's the biggest problem, to be honest, is getting him out of the way, and that shouldn't be a problem for they possibly their greatest ever manager, arguably. Not for me, I would say Busby was better, but I can understand the thinking. But Busby built the club, which is totally different to me. Plus, he was an ex-Liverpool captain, so that makes him better.
Yeah, of course he is. Well, I think even the United supporters have been saying that Alex needs to step away now. And so Alex, he's been a great man. He's been great for United. But there comes a time when he's leaving the club. Just leave and let someone else take the reins. Don't have too much to say.
That's it. Deeps just told me John Matey. That was the other one I couldn't think of.
All right.
Yeah. Where were we? Sorry, I got distracted. I think he's made me lose my place now. Yeah. What were you saying, Phil? Sorry, go back. Oh, yeah, Ferguson. I was going to say it's his fault the bloody, the Glazers are in the first place. He brought them in.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
not sure he has been that good for the club, to be honest, long term.
No,
For that period while he was in charge, you can't argue that he did well for the club. Did brilliantly well for the club. You know what I mean? It was fantastic.
absolutely, yeah.
But during it, his greed brought in the Glazers, and that's left them in a long-term mess. So,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a mixed spell. You know what I mean? You've got to say great and bad, good and bad. I mean, really.
But I don't think anyone's got the bottle to actually say butt out Amber on the side, and
Yeah.
all they certainly didn't. And
What?
it's got to take someone like a Rovner to say, listen, this is my side now. Walk away and leave us alone and let us get on with it instead of interfering. That's my opinion.
It's understandable, though. I mean, you got to say, if you're a Man United staff member, you don't want to be in a Fergie.
No,
Go on, F
no,
off,
you don't.
lads. Yeah, because you'll be picking up your cards at the end of the day if you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You will. Yeah, he's the club.
Yeah, exactly. He's become more important than the club, bigger than the club. I mean, almost.
Yeah.
He's probably not.
No, we've got Abed and Barry on the online, but I don't know whether they're going to join the conversation.
Oh, buzzer on. I don't know.
He's online, but
I don't know. I forgot to ask him because I didn't know whether he was working this week.
all right.
It's my fault, that is. But yeah, so where were we? Yeah, anything else to add on Man United, or should we move on before we just spend the entire time talking about United? I know Deep's
Yeah, I think we've done enough about United over the last couple of weeks. Let's move on from that.
Yeah. Deep said he can join in. Oh, maybe we can add something new to it.
Yeah, oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, here he is. Oh,
Good
Deep.
evening, Deeps.
Yeah, I am in.
We know you are.
You're not going to wake up your sister, are you?
Oh, Randy is in, doesn't matter.
You're too excited, aren't you, because of this?
Oh yeah, for most of this week I've been completely off football. I've not been editing much. Not been editing much either, man. Now I open the BBC page and bang, Rangnick is almost done as interim boss. Come on.
I know, that's a brilliant choice. I mean, like I said on the United side, he'd be
like,
the one
that's
I'd
the
have
choice.
chosen. Yeah, he'd be the first choice.
Yeah, like you guys can confirm, he's been the guy I've been clamoring for God knows how many years now.
It's the sensible option. It's the best option out there. I don't understand why it's taking so long for them to do it.
Yeah, it's the greatest choice United could have made, because the only guys you can actually argue about being maybe better choice than him are Pep and Klopp, and both are never gonna happen.
No.
Even in an ideal world, I don't think there is a better option.
I mean, I love Klopp. Don't get me wrong. He's obviously my favourite manager in the current game, but I'm not sure he'd be a better choice for United in the situation they're in. If you see what I mean. Does that make sense?
So even in, like, I'm not saying just this scenario. Like any situation we were in right now, and we had to appoint someone to come in, he would possibly be the best choice among anybody in the world. Even if I had pick of all the managers in and out of job, he would be the best guy for me.
And me, I would have said, if it was me, I was in charge of United and I had to look for someone, he'd be the one I'd have gone for. Always. He's been the one I would say he's the ultimate choice. But I didn't think they were going to go down this route. Obviously he's the ideal.
Yeah, because that's too sensible.
Director.
Yeah, that's too sensible for us.
But will they push anyone aside, or will it just be will it just be him as a consultant and having no power? That's the big question.
Yeah, but let's see how much power he gets once he's out of his interim role and moved on. But I'm pretty sure he just wouldn't have accepted the role if it were meant his powers were very, very
Yeah.
limited because he just took a new job.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
like he wanted a fresh challenge right now.
No.
So he's into rimming, is what you're telling us.
I'm gonna pretend to
This
know
is.
what it is and laugh.
Don't worry, Rob will explain what rimming is.
Oh,
And Alex will be made up. So Alex Ferguson
Yeah.
will be made up. He's doing a bit of rimming, yeah.
Yeah, I tell
Absolutely.
you. Yeah, I think that's what Oli spent his time doing with Fergie, wasn't it? Bit of rimming. That's how he kept the job, wasn't it?
at least that means now I can try and
Let
watch us play again.
Alex. Do you want me to explain it to you, Deeps? I'm not sure I should on the podcast though.
No, I don't think you
Oh, we can
should.
do it. Yeah, it should be after dark. It's something for us
Absolutely.
after this part is over.
We've just
Every
been going through that we thought, well, I certainly did, that Alex Ferguson's still got too much to say at the
Oh
club.
wait, sorry, Bill, but I forgot to say hello to you guys and hello to anyone
Yeah.
who
Hello,
is
Deeps. And we were saying that Ferguson has still in the background there. Would you expect him to actually leave Rangnick to be his own man and stop interfering like he did with Ole and previous managers?
well on the surface, I don't know how things will actually turn out, but on the surface of things, there is gonna be one or two people moving around out of the club. So hopefully his cloud doesn't hang around us as much as it has been, especially during these
Yeah,
past 2.5 years under Mr. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
The
right.
legend, the man, the myth, the legend behind the
The
wheel.
legend. Yeah, the
They should
legend
bring.
Legend of the
behind the
See,
wheel.
they
desk.
could bring him back. That's what they could do now. Ranić in charge. He could bring him back now
Yeah.
under him. Perfect.
Oh,
I
but
reckon.
at least under Rangnick, I will have much more confidence in any manager because he is better at providing a structure and also better at identifying talents and holes in the team and everything.
Yeah,
Hopefully, he gets to do his job to the best of his abilities without accountants trying to wield their supposed football knowledge over him.
well, you can't think that. Well, yeah, that's always been the problem, hasn't it? Anyway, should we move on now? Because I think how long have we talked? We've done 20 odd minutes on United, and we don't want it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about United, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody cares about Newcastle, you're right.
uh, nice. Yeah, or Sheffield United, who sat their manager tonight as well, haven't they? And got Heckenbottom in, for God's sake. I mean, Christ. How low can they fall from Wilder?
Hacking bottom
Yeah.
of championship.
Oh, ask Leeds fans what he was like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Even the Sheffield United fans last season when he took over as interim boss last season as well.
yeah. Yeah, he was awful. How does he get the job back again? It's bizarre. Yeah, just don't get football
Maybe
sometimes.
maybe he's also a legend at Sheffield United.
I don't think he's a legend anywhere, mate. Or a legend. I don't think he even rises that high.
Yeah. Bell end. Not a bell end, yeah.
So right, should we move on? I thought we could talk about Chelsea because they're suffering a lot of injury problems at the moment. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've noticed.
Yeah. They are.
I mean, they've lost Alonso and now Chilwell, so both left wing backs are out. They lost Werner and Lukaku, though Lukaku's now back nearly fit, but obviously he can't play every game, and he
No.
only turns up against the little clubs anyway, because he's a flat trap bully.
Warner
So,
is also back. I
hmm?
think Warner is also back.
Oh, is he? Oh, all right then. Let's forget that bit then. So they're just the left wing backs the only injury problem they have. So they got Saul. Do you
Yeah,
think
they
he?
got Saul,
I
yeah.
mean, I know he can play there. He played there for Atletico Madrid, but his form's been atrocious, and he's not adjusted to the pace of the Premier League. Do you think he can actually pull it off for Chelsea, or will it affect them? Do you think they'll drop off? Deep's got.
I think they'll drop off. I think they're in desperate need of another left-sided fullback, and it's okay. You mention him, but he's all right in midfield. You can lose people in midfield. You can't as a fullback. For me, anyway. You're saying about Saul. Saul, if he's in that midfield, he's done nothing since he's been there. But it hasn't affected Chelsea that much because he's had other good players around him. If he's in the left back position, he's not the one for me then.
Really, they must have someone in their youth teams as well.
You'd think so, but then again, they loan them all out. They had Liveramento who can play there, but he's gone out, and he's sold because he wanted to go and play football. Ironically, he wanted to get game time, so he left. But this is the problem they've got.
But we can't criticize Liveramento. Come on, his call has been justified.
Oh yeah, he's been good for Southampton. Though you have to say, isn't he out injured anyway as well? So it wouldn't have mattered. They wouldn't have been able to play him anyway. But they've lost. They're going to keep losing players. They need to start playing them. These youth team players, they're ones. So I'm not sure if they have got anybody coming up because they tend to send them out on loan if they're any good.
Yeah, maybe they don't have anybody first team ready. You might be right.
Yeah. So it could be interesting for them if Saul doesn't adjust, if he plays there. Or they play the other ones. Obviously, Azpilicueta, he's played there before.
Yeah,
the wingback role might be a little difficult for him.
Do you know how long he's out for, Chris?
It's an ACL injury. They're waiting to find out how bad it is. Last I heard.
That's not good, is it? It's not going to be short term.
Well, it depends on what it is. If it's just a slight damage, you know what I mean, just a knock on it. But if it's a tear, if it's a pull on it, strain. But yeah, it's just they've said they're currently assessing it, and he's just out for the foreseeable future. But they've also lost Kante as well, and that's the big difference. Without him, they look a shadow of the team. They are with him.
Yeah. I think we all know how good a player he is, don't we? He's a big miss for anybody.
He's the best in this role in the world. Brilliant player.
Yeah, nice player.
Oh, if there's any player in the world you'd want in your team out of the other the clubs that you don't support, he's got to be the first choice, hasn't he, for every team pretty much.
Yeah,
apart from Chelsea, obviously, because they've already got him. But I mean, if you're Man United, if you're Man City, if you're Arsenal, if you're Liverpool, if you're Everton, if you're Paris Saint-Germain, any team around the world you look at, he's the one player that you could say that would slot in and improve every single team. I think he's the standout player in the game at the moment.
Unless your name's Frank Lampard, of course, who didn't play him in his proper position. So, but everyone else possibly.
And Sarri didn't understand how to get the best out of him either, did he? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right. Anyway, shall we move on? So
yeah, go on, Tris.
Well, quickly, do you want to tell us about this tax for grassroots football you were on about?
I just heard it on the news coming home today about the government have asked for 1.6 billion, I believe, as a tax on Premier League clubs, and Perslow's not happy at all with it. He was being interviewed and said it's going to kill clubs. We already do enough for grassroots football, so I'm not sure. It's only broke just before, so I'm not quite up to date on the actual findings of it. But there's the government's are planning a tax of 1.6 billion per year on the Premier League, and it's a lot of money, yeah. It's a lot of money.
Why are they taxing the why are they taking it from the Premier League? Why not? I'm
not sure. I'm not sure. It was just a breaking news on the sports and Talk Sport before.
Seems like, it just, I don't understand the thing, 1.6 billion tax a year. That seems a lot. I mean, I don't think they do enough for grassroots football. I think that's absolute bollocks, but...
Yeah, and they're coming on today.
Yeah, this is... yeah, and tax... I thought you meant, like, they were just gonna convert... send over tax money that they were already getting. That seems a bit... Yeah, I don't know
No,
how that
Pearslow
works.
was not. He was getting interviewed and said that it's going to destroy some league clubs, some Premier League clubs, if that money's going to go out. But that's his opinion, I suppose.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to Perslow. I don't like him. He's a bit of a snake for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wouldn't just. Yeah, they just wouldn't take any. Speaking of
Snakes.
I was gonna try. I was actually thinking. I was just.
Are you going to move on to bad sector then?
Yeah, I was thinking. No, I don't think that's. Well, yeah, no. The Arteta. There's just a couple of things regarding him this week. Firstly, obviously he's been talking about how he's trying to get Wenger back at the club, which obviously makes sense because he needs the help because he's shite.
Yeah.
And how badly was he shown up at the weekend as being shite? That's the thing.
Yeah. Do you know what? Arsenal were doing all right until he got in that confrontation with Klopp. And the changes, what it was about, I still don't know.
Oh, yeah, he was just complaining about nothing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
This is the thing, his players were fouling Mane and then complaining when they got fouled. It's ridiculous. I mean, it wasn't as bad as the Porto players last night. If you'd watched that, Jesus, they were literally screaming and throwing, rolling side to side and rolling backwards and forwards and over and round. And you're thinking, if you're that hurt, you wouldn't be frigging rolling over. It's that simple.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is they were rolling in the deep.
You've been watching too much of Adele. I think Deeps.
But that was years ago, maybe even decades.
I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm sorry.
All right now.
You lie too much, Chris. You lie too much just to protect your gimmick. That is probably your ringtone.
What is?
Rolling in the deep.
I don't know any. I like things like NWA and that. I'm old school rap, mate. This is well out. I have no idea what that is.
The only NWA I know is North Wrestling Alliance or whatever it is.
That's NWO.
No, that's New World Order is NWO. NWA is another one.
Oh, right.
It's a promotion.
I didn't know there was one. No, NWA were
NWA Power.
No, you're weird. You're weird. Wrestling, strange. And you say you don't know about women, but you like wrestling. Let's be honest. It's to say, Baby Oil and Mesley Men. Come on, you like women. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's National Wrestling Alliance.
I no idea, mate. I'll take your word for it. Should have listened to some decent music.
Right.
But anyway, Arteta. Yeah,
Arteta.
The confrontation his fault in the first place. There was no need to have a confrontation. There wasn't any foul there anyway. There was nothing in it. It was just a physical challenge. And if anything, their players were sticking the boot in on Mane anyway. So what's the problem? They were taking it in turns to kick him, as teams do with Mane all the time. But to go and when you're away from home, the last thing you want to do is get the crowd involved, right? That's we all know.
Yeah.
One of the things they talk about is players and managers always talk about we wanted to quieten the home crowd down.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. So the way you do that is you don't go and start picking a fight with the opposition man, with their manager in front of them when you know he's probably the biggest hero at the club, even above Salah. You know what I mean? He's the main man. You don't go picking a fight with him if you want to keep the crowd quiet, because you just know that's going to bring them up. Anyone with any sense would just say, what? I'm angry, but I'm not going to argue with him, because that's not going to help my cause.
They lost the plot after that as well, didn't they? They're doing okay, I thought. And they just seemed to lose the plot after
I'm
that.
not sure
I'm sure they made up.
I'm not sure they were, to be honest. The way I saw it was Liverpool were just playing. They were, they feel them out, they draw them out. They just keep playing it around, get control of the football, and then start taking. It's a gradual process. If you watch them, they don't start quickly. They tend to be slow starters, and they gradually, take over the ball. And as the other team tires from chasing it, they then start making more opportunities. Like last night against Porto, people are complaining that the performance is a bit ropey, but I didn't see that it was that bad personally. I didn't see what the problem was. 1-2-0, for God's sake, with a mixed team.
Were you surprised they put such a strong side out?
No, because
he might have arrested Salah, to be honest with you.
No, he doesn't need arrest, Salah. He's a machine.
What a player.
Oh, he's fantastic, and he was brilliant.
Yeah, he is a player.
But you don't need to rest a player like that. He's a machine. He'd just be in the gym for 2 hours if he's not playing. So
he's a bit like Ronaldo.
Yeah, he needs to play.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want him picking up an injury in a dead rubber like that was last night, really, would you?
When you're a club like Liverpool that's short of cash, and a few £1 million on offer for as a prize for winning.
Yeah.
You've got to go for the win, mate.
Yeah, possibly so, yeah.
You can't,
Yeah, plus you cannot. Yeah, sorry to cut you, but you cannot prevent injuries by just saying I'm not gonna play him, because you can get injured in training. Sometimes even just walking the dog or anything.
Or dropping a sauce bottle on your foot, or who was it that bent over to pick up a remote control off the table and put their back out? A footballer did that once, and putting the bins out. Somebody gave themselves a hernia putting the bins out and all sorts. So yeah.
You only rest players if the physios and experts say they're in need of some much needed downtime.
Yeah, and Salah's not one that needs it. He's super fit, isn't he? Just let him play. He's much happier playing. You don't want to upset him sticking him on the bench anyway. Can you imagine it?
Isn't he the God anyways? God don't need rest. Only people do. Only humans do. He's the Egyptian God, or so they say.
He certainly is in Egypt. Yeah, honestly.
A deity. Yeah.
Oh, he's seriously. You've never seen anything like it. Never. Oh, when you can hear the way they. Oh, it's just insane.
Right, so we talk about Arteta.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when you meet someone and they're Egyptian, start talking to them about Salah. That's it. Their phone is full of pictures of him. Any Egyptian, doesn't matter who they are, phone is full of pictures of Salah. You can't just walk off. Walk past, say hello when you meet an Egyptian here, and they find out you're a Liverpool fan. God forbid they ever find out you're from Liverpool as well. Oh, that's it. You never, you're friends for life, and I go into Carrefour here, and they do my shopping for me, because they send people, the Egyptians that work there, won't let me go anywhere. They take the time, they send somebody else off to do with my shopping list, to go and get me shopping for me, while they talk to me about football.
I think Barry's coming and joining us.
Here's
You there, Barry?
He's got his microphone muted, because he's a divvy. There we go.
I'm not a divvy.
You are. That's why you didn't remember to get headphones.
Hello, Barry.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Oh, good, mate. So good.
Come here. Remember
Hello,
that.
Barry.
Hi, Deeps. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Good, good. Not bad, mate. Wasn't it the goalkeeper for Liverpool who was doing his ironing and he dropped the iron and he was Danish. Oh, it began
Stensgaard.
with an S. Yes.
Stensgaard. Yeah.
Stensgaard. He dropped
I
the
think so, yeah.
iron.
It was Dave Besson that dropped the salad cream on his foot and dropped the salad cream and tried to catch it with his foot, wasn't it? And it smashed, and he stood on the shards and cut his tendon open.
The only male in Liverpool ever caught with an iron in his hand and he dropped it.
Absolutely. You're right there, buddy.
How's everybody?
We're all good, mate. All good.
Definitely.
Good.
Deeps is excited.
Yeah.
Deeps is excited.
Oh,
Just don't mention Ranić to him, or we might need tissues.
Don't mention Ranić.
Yeah, don't mention Ralph Ranić.
Oh, don't mention right. Say nothing about Ralph. That person.
Yeah, can't say anymore. He'll get started, and he'll need tissues. That's all we're saying. So anyway,
are you happy?
Are
you happy, Deeds?
No.
I'm over the moon. Like, happy doesn't even come close to explaining how I'm feeling right now.
His favourite song is getting a bashing.
Yeah. I just joined in this podcast just because of his appointment. Otherwise, people wouldn't be so fortunate to hear my such lovely voice and such amazing, out of the world thoughts and knowledge and everything.
What? Sorry.
So you're happy?
Myself. We're talking about the greatest mind of this podcast.
Me? Oh, we're talking about me. Sorry, I didn't realise. Certainly not you, Bazza, don't worry.
See how humble Billy is. He doesn't even want to say he is the greatest mind here.
No, that's not being humble, that's just being honest.
Billy knows he is. Billy is the sage of all that is football.
Yeah, that's why he supports Everton.
Yeah, I think I stepped Everton on the stage of you.
Yeah, that shows real wisdom. Choosing Everton.
You're born Everton.
Anyway, going back to Arteta, do you think it's a good move to bring Wenger back?
I do, yeah. Is he coming back as a director of football, or just does he want him to just advise as an advisor? Any role would be great for him.
Is it just going to be an ambassadorial kind of role? Because what role he is brought in makes huge difference.
Yeah, if it's an ambassadorial role, then it's pointless.
Yeah. And if it's as a director of football, then it's going to be so drastic to, let's say, a coach or some different type of role. I'm not saying it's going to be brought back as a coach, though.
But kudos to Arteta as the manager. He needs help, obviously, Arteta. And if he's getting Wenger back, he must know that. And so kudos to the guy, if he knows it's not going great for him, to bring someone in who he thinks can help. And I like that. I like that indeed.
Yeah, when you're a young, inexperienced coach, the first thing you should do is look for somebody with experience to help you out. Even if you decide you don't want to listen to what he has to say to you sometimes, but you still want to listen. You still should listen to his advice first before making your decisions.
And Arteta's whole coaching team lacks in experience. A lot of them are young people who are hardly in their 30s. A lot of them.
Exactly.
I think he'll do a good job, Wenger there. I think he'll help him out big time, and I think it can only be a plus for Arsenal.
And they can bring back a decent song there, Deeps. The Wenger Bus. See, now you're talking. That's a song I know. None of this Adele shit, whoever she is.
Whoever she is.
I keep seeing her mentioned, I have no idea who she is or what she did. I've left the
Oh,
UK.
the way you talk, I'm not gonna believe that you don't know her.
I don't know
Possibly
honestly, I know
you
who
have a
she
big
is.
poster of her.
I know who she is.
Possibly you have a big poster of her, and you own every
No,
one of her
I don't.
records and songs and
Dave,
everything.
if you'd ever seen my apartment, I don't have posters or pictures or anything like that. No, it's not for me, that kind of thing.
So you're more into The Bachelors.
Yeah. I think you are, Barry. I think you're a bachelor man, aren't you?
No, Jesus, no horror.
I think Chris is. Sorry, I think Chris is more into Justin Bieber. That's the kind of tune he
Yeah,
loves.
mate. Hey,
Oh God, don't! My daughter used to love him. Oh, and then she went through a phase.
Well, at
Luckily,
least-
she grew out of it when she was about
Yeah,
12
at
or
least
13. It
I
was
was-
hell for a while.
I
On
was
repeat,
at least he said
over
used
and
to.
over and
Used
over.
to. Yeah.
Oh God, he's just so. Oh. Sorry, well, why are we
Right,
talking about
guys, let's
Why are we talking about
Bieber is signing for Arsenal.
Yeah. How the freaking hell did we get to that? Anyway, yeah.
Right.
We
You
never get
started with the
sidetracked,
Wenger boys.
Well, the Wenger
Oh,
West
sorry,
is
it
a
was me.
classic tune. They all used to sing it. The Arsenal fans used to sing it, didn't they? Because of Wenger, for a while. And all the videos on YouTube used to always have that in the background as the music because it's Wenger, you know? Even though I think it was spelt with a V, wasn't it? I don't know. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Because I think we've done enough
Go
on
on,
that
mate.
one. I was just thinking,
Go on, mate.
so did anyone watch the, I'm assuming you did, Bazza, so now you're here, we can discuss it. What did you think of that Luis Diaz? Because there's been a lot of hype about him.
He was all right. I didn't think much about him.
Really?
He was okay.
thought-
I was, to be honest with you, sorry, Tris. To be honest with you, I was watching Tyler Morton more so.
Oh, he was good. Showed some real turn of pace as well. I was surprised how quick he is.
I was absolutely thrilled for the chap. Now, remember I was telling you earlier on, it seems to be a bit of a, I don't know why, a bit of a discussion on the site again about Morton versus Jones, which is stupid. Two different players.
Who play different roles.
Yeah, absolutely. But somebody decided that because Morton, fair play to him, he's getting his chance and he's taking it, and best of luck to him.
Oh,
That's Jones gone, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
Isn't it great to see young players coming through, though, for your club? Isn't it great when young players come through? It just makes football worth watching, doesn't it? When you see young players coming through. Harvey Elliott done it for Liverpool, didn't he? Come through and was excellent money. He was excellent, had an excellent start to the season. And now more, so, good luck to Liverpool. It's hard for me to say that, but good luck to Liverpool to get these young kids coming through. You don't need these £70 million players from overseas when you can bring your own through. There's just so much satisfaction in that for me.
Well, Liverpool need to with the finances.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, isn't it? Don't you think so?
Oh, I love it.
I love seeing the kids coming through. It just makes it all worthwhile.
Oh, it's my favourite. I definitely would much rather watch a team that was made up of mostly youth products than expensive signings. I'm not that bothered about expensive signings myself. I know Bazza gets all excited and starts texting me like mad whenever Liverpool are linked with anybody expensive. But for me, I don't really care. I'd rather the kid come through from the youth team. I used to go along. I used to go along and watch all the kids' teams in the reserves and that. So I was more interested in that than.
No, I totally agree. When they come through the ranks and they make the first team debut and they go on to play for their country, whatever country that may be, and if it's great success at their club, it is very satisfying. And like any team, they need locals. And once you have a couple of locals, once you have a couple of locals in your team, then that's the core of the team. They kind of let the new players to fill them in about the history of the club, what's expected, what the fans are like. But you definitely do need locals in your team.
Yeah, I think so as well, Barry. Yeah.
Anyway, can we get back to Luis Diaz? Just the reason why I was saying about it is because he's the next big thing supposed to be rumoured with a big money move in there, either January or the summer to the Premier League. He's supposed to be the next one, the next superstar. I actually thought myself, I'm a bit surprised you weren't impressed with him, to be honest, Basil. I thought he looked really good. Its problem was his teammates weren't on the same level or even close, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
He was often
agreed.
He was doing good things, and then there was nothing for him. He was just having to keep going when he needed someone to play it off to, and there was nobody there for him.
I actually thought their left back played well.
Oh yeah, he was quick. What was his name? Zaidu.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought there was a couple of times he snuffed out Mo, and that's not an easy thing.
Yeah, he was very good. He was very quick.
Yeah.
Blistering.
Yeah,
quick.
definitely.
Yeah, you got to be quick to keep up with Mo, and he did. Yeah, I was really impressed with him. Wasn't impressed with that Mbemba though, Chancellor Mbemba, because he was linked to United a few years ago as a youngster. And, he was linked to he was another one that was linked to a big money move to the Prem, and I didn't think he was very good.
Their goalkeeper had a good pass on him.
Sorry, Dean?
Yeah.
Chancellor Mbemba is a centre back, right?
Yes, yeah. But that goalkeeper, he was good when he wasn't under pressure. As soon as he was put under pressure, he made a lot of errors. Do you remember he gave it away a couple of times in danger?
Chicken was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he was under no pressure, he was brilliant, Bill. He picked he just hit Diaz every time. This is why I was saying Diaz is blisteringly quick. Surprisingly quick, because he doesn't look like he's moving quick. It's only when you see him against someone like Nico Williams, he's fast, he's fast himself, and he was leaving him, even with the ball at his feet.
Sorry, I can't say much. Go on, Deep.
No, on the goalkeeper front, I was just going to say, are we talking about Ramsdale or Porto's keeper?
Both, really. See, Ramsdale gets hyped up. I seen they were doing something. This is the most bizarre thing Arsenal have done. One of their tactics during the game against Liverpool. And the commentator was saying that this is something they do regularly, apparently. I've not noticed it before because, you don't often watch the goal kick. You're looking to see where the players are positioned and how they're set up, waiting for the pass. But what they do is that a lot of the time a defender was taking it and kicking it to Ramsdale because they think he's got better delivery than the defender. In which case, why doesn't he just kick it long from the original frigging goal kick? Why pass it first? It's just putting him in unnecessary pass into the game and running the risk of a bobble or a missed kick or underhit pass. You know what I mean? It's bizarre.
And he's very panicky with his distribution.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good either, Deeps. I've got to be honest. I don't understand why he's suddenly become this big hero. He was shit against us. He let in the easiest shot of the lot. It was straight at him and it went through him. I don't get the hype about him at all.
I'm not a fan of goalkeepers pretending that they're footballers either. Stay in goal, catch the ball, kick the ball, and that's it. I hate all this, let's play it about in the area and all that. They're not footballers, they're goalkeepers. So stay in goal.
Ali does all right. So.
Yeah, and the City lad as well, Edison, he can play.
He's only all right when Edison is another one. Put him under any pressure at all and he makes mistakes every time. I don't understand why teams let him play out from the back. He cannot play out from the back under pressure. Give him time and space, and he's brilliant. He can hit anyone he wants. Pick him out on hit the ball on a sixpence. But the minute he's under the slightest bit of pressure, he just falls apart. I don't know why nobody's noticed this. When you're watching other teams, you're thinking, why are they not pressing it? Chase him down. The minute the ball goes to Edison, I'd have someone, just earmarked. As soon as the ball goes to him, chase him down. That's what I'd be doing, because every time that happens, he falls apart and gives the ball away or puts it into touch or makes it, gives it away, slashes it out to play. He's just. I don't understand why they leave him. It's weird.
Right, where are we, Trish?
Yeah, sorry, we'll move on. I tell you what we could talk about next, the Benzema thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something of it. That's certainly something that needs talking about, isn't it? Him being.
Well, he got a 1 year suspended, and I think it should have been a lot more severe. I'm not a lawyer or nothing, but what happened to Valbuena, and he was part of that. I think he should have not only served a prison sentence, but I personally think Madrid, I know they're in financial strife, but I think they should have not played him yesterday. I think he should have been disciplined by the club. Maybe that's just me.
Before we start, should I actually explain the story for anybody listening that doesn't actually know what's happened? I was just thinking I should.
Go on.
Basically, Mathieu Valbuena, who was a French international at the time, a teammate of Benzema, he took his phone into a phone shop to have data transferred over to a new phone, and while he left it in there for them to do that, they cloned the phone. They took the info off his phone in this shop. Apparently, they're a bit dodgy. They were friends of Benzema, so what do you expect? A bit dodgy. He'd been recommended by Benzema as well. This is the thing. But anyway, so they clone his phone, take all his info. They found sex tape on there, which wasn't his missus. So obviously they say to him, if you don't want this coming out in public, pay us some money. Benzema then Benzema then steps in and says, I think you need to pay these are bad people, sort of thing. He claims he was just trying to give advice to a friend, but there was somebody else with him at the time, and the both of them were leaning on Valbuena, telling him he needs to pay. That's not a friend saying, that's not a friend's advice, is it? A friend would say, go to the police.
No.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't say pay up to a blackmailer because they're just going to charge you again. You know full well you don't pay a blackmailer because it doesn't work. They're not going to destroy the sex tape. They'll just ask for more money. Sorry, go on, Bazza.
Yeah, sorry, lads. Here's the thing, right? So he's been given a suspended
1 year suspended sentence and a €75,000 fine for conspiracy to blackmail.
So that suspended sentence, that is technically, a criminal record. Yeah. So is he therefore not in breach of, I'm sure, of the rules and regulations of his club? Don't bring the club into disrepute. You have to behave yourself at all times. Blah blah blah.
Bazza, this is the latest in a long series of incidents involving him that could be listed about.
So should he not be sacked by the club?
He should have been a long time ago, mate. This is one of many. He's been involved with French gangsters back in his hometown all along. There's been lots of things.
Pull the gun on the police.
His best friend is a wanted criminal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
A leader of a gang or something.
The whole French Albanians that he still hangs around with, and he's in a bad crew, but he won't give his crew up. And he won't leave them now. And he's been a bad man for a long time, by the way. This isn't an isolated incident, this.
Right.
He's got a record, he's got form.
Oh yeah, this has been going on for his entire career. Since he's never changed. This is why they were going to get rid of him at one point until Higuain got injured. Now they nearly sold him to Liverpool. But anyway,
how is the club tolerating his off-field antics?
Because they just cover it up.
A better phrase.
They just cover it up. They don't care.
They want the player.
As he scores goals, they don't care. But the other thing is, France have said, because he got recalled, even though this was still hanging over his head. He'd been pushed out of the French squad while Valbuena was still playing. So they'd pushed him out because obviously all Valbuena's friends were, otherwise they wouldn't have played. There'd have been a lot of players that wouldn't have played for France. But now it's been, because obviously it was 2015, so this is 6 years ago. Benzema's now playing well, so he gets a recall in March for the French squad. The French Football Federation have now come out and said that they're not, this isn't going to affect his place. How does that? How?
That's a disgrace, by the way.
That's terrible.
That's a disgrace because the man's been found guilty.
Yeah,
by his
exactly.
But it's not just that. It's an offence against a teammate who's supposed to be a friend of his as well. You know, one of his closest friends in football at the time. Before this happened.
That's the character of the man, though, isn't it? That's the character of the man we're talking about here.
Exactly. Would you want a player like that? It's problems. It's just a problem. Why would you want a character like that in your squad? It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. No.
It wouldn't be tolerated in England.
I don't know. Look at that. There's a keeper who'd killed a family in a drunk drive incident, and then drove away and tried to pretend it never happened, and he's still playing in football. Goalkeeper, was it Luke McCormick or one of that? It's someone like that.
Well, yeah.
Carried on getting.
Chet Evans or something.
Yeah, rapist. He raped a woman, and they took turns. Him and his mates, while she was unconscious, took turns on a woman, and then he got found not. He appealed against it, and he got found not guilty. That's rape. If she doesn't say yes, that's rape, mate.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you couch it. That's rape, and he should be in prison getting beaten up by a. Yeah, he should be in prison getting himself raped. Personally.
Did he play for Sheffield United?
Yes.
Was he?
He's still playing. Yeah. He's still playing.
No way.
Yeah, he's still playing, yeah?
He never stopped. The only time he stopped was when he was in prison, and then his missus still fought to get him out of jail. You're thinking, hang on, what's wrong with you, love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they're thinking of the paychecks.
Yeah, exactly. But sorry, but you've got to be a piece of shit to stand by scum like that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Terrible.
It's embarrassing. Yeah. But speaking of criminal things, anyway, we'll go on to. I don't know if any of you heard about the Werder Bremen manager, Marcus Anfang, and his assistant, Florian Junger. They both quit. I don't know if you heard about why. Bazza, did you?
Oh, yeah, because.
No, go ahead.
Deeps or no? Go on.
Oh, Deeps.
Because they forced the COVID vaccine certificate.
Alleged they forged it. Just like to point that out before you get us shut down, Deeps.
Before one of the gang members comes to Nepal, fights me, and then smacks me a new one.
I was thinking YouTube might take us offline, mate. That was what I was thinking.
Chris was on to his legal department.
Yeah. Abid told me.
Allegedly. Because allegedly they forced a COVID vaccine certificate, and I rather doubt they didn't, because as soon as there were allegations made towards them, they just stepped down. So
yeah,
for me, it's a bit shady.
That's a showing of guilt, isn't it? Really, if you denied it, you wouldn't give your job up, would you? If you never done it, you wouldn't give your job up, would you? I don't think you would.
Yeah, the very fact that he immediately quit, it just says.
Says everything, don't it?
Oh,
really.
fuck's sake, Abid wants an invite. Oh, for God's sake. Why should we
Why
bother?
does he need an invite?
Aye, because he's an imbecile. You know that. You know this. He doesn't know how to use a computer. Hey!
Hello.
The legal department's joined, so you can give Deeps a slap for not saying allegedly a minute ago.
Abid of the Yard is with us.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
It's not that happy to Native Americans, though, is it?
Abid is their version of Rumpole Bailey.
Unbelievable. Trust. You can put the cynical in anything, can't you, Tris?
Oh, damn right, mate. Damn right, mate.
Victor Meldrew over there.
Anything American, you don't want to have it happy, do you? You don't want Americans happy. That's all that's wrong in the world. Because you're there. Let's be honest.
I enrich the country, mate. How are you guys? All right?
Yeah, good. Abid, yourself?
Yeah, good, Billy. Good. How's everybody?
Oh, good.
Hi, Abid.
Oh, that's an hour done. I think we better stop now. Nice to see.
That's just foreplay for this pod. There's another 6 hours left.
We've only been waiting for you to start. That's all.
I
Somebody
only
explain
came on here to find out what rimming was.
I've been here to explain it. What do you think we've been waiting for?
But first, we've got to explain what foreplay is to Tristan.
Is it something to do? It's what you do before 5, yeah?
Yeah.
It's switching the lights off.
What man lights is by the side of this
Yeah.
well play.
Good one, Bazza. Yeah.
The last time I was on doing the pod with these lads, there were zips being pulled up and down.
That was you. You had the freaking TV on and people talking in the background and everything.
Right, come on, we're getting off the thingy. Let's move it on, Tris.
I know it's not like us to get off track, is it? You know.
No, it isn't. No.
No.
What's the
So-
subject matter at the moment, guys?
We were just talking about the Werder Bremen manager and his assistant quitting after allegations, Deeps, allegations. Their vaccine certificates were forged. Though the fact they quit kind of gives it away that they were guilty. But you know, we're allegedly guilty. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Next.
Right. Actually, I think we should talk about something you sent me the video of last night. So you could talk about this one, Jose and his shoes, the Balenciagas.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Oh,
not
right,
that one. The other one. The other one.
Well, there's a big. Well, it was the other day. There was a big. What's the guy's name? The striker's name? The kid played for Roma.
Ghanaian.
That's the one. The Ghanaian kid. He scored 2 late goals when he came on for Roma.
Against Inter, wasn't it?
Oh, the second goal was so good.
You what, mate?
The second goal he scored was so good.
Was no good.
So good, very good.
Oh, so good. Oh, right. Okay, mate. No, I didn't see the goals, but the point is that Mourinho gifted the kid a pair of Balenciaga sneakers, £700 sneakers. And when they were opening it, they were taking a video for Instagram because Jose's on Insta now. And they were filming a video for Instagram to put it on their, obviously, their social media. And one of the guys in the background said, "There's no bananas in the box." And obviously, Guyan is a black guy. And also, when he finished opening it and put the sneakers on, he said, do a dance for me. There's an insinuation it was racial, but Guyan's come out and said it wasn't, because it's fact. I eat a lot of bananas. I love bananas. And he was just joking around with me. It was nothing. There's no racial insinuation to it at all. But I can see why people have taken it like that. But it's not. It wasn't contextualized. You know, they don't know the facts about their relationship and how well they get on. You know, but you can see how it was taken in a racial. If there was racial overtones or undertones to it.
It's still not right, that is it. You know, I don't care what you say. You know, he might be trying to cover for his mate, but what he said there is not what you say to people.
Not in this day and age, for sure.
Not on a video. Not on a video.
Especially in the light of things that's gone on all over the world recently, especially cricket. But it's gone on now, and you can't say that sort of thing or make them assumptions.
I'd just like to point out, Bill, I doubt he'd know anything about the cricket. He's in Italy.
No, I'm not saying that.
But I say, you know, I doubt they'd know or care about what had happened at Yorkshire Cricket Club, mate. So I don't think that had come to their mind when they were saying when he's saying about bananas. I don't think he said, "Oh, better not say that," because there's been a lot going on about racism at Yorkshire Cricket Club.
But it's not just cricket. I just mentioned cricket because it's pertinent.
I know, I was just winding you up, mate.
I know, yeah. But it's something you shouldn't say. You shouldn't leave yourself open. That's opening the door, and you shouldn't do that. It's just not the done thing. And it was very silly.
Insensitive,
it's almost as insensitive as mentioning Abid's micro penis. It's the kind of thing you just don't do in public.
4 of your ex-girlfriends didn't mind it.
They all did, trust me.
Not
That's
the blow
why
up
they're
ones.
exes, because I let you have a turn on them.
Not the blow.
Yeah, but I hear you, Billy. Especially in the current climate and the current culture, it was very ill-advised. But you've got to also, but Bill, well, guys, what you've also got to appreciate, it was Italy. They feel they have different rules to other culturally to other people. I mean, it's very. There's a lot of, we've done so many pods that we've mentioned the racism factor emanating out of Italy. So I think there's a cultural difference problem there, especially in Italy.
Yeah, that's not going to help it, Abid. It's not going to help it, is it?
No, I'm not saying
that was just
right.
stupid for me. Like, that's stupid.
I'm not saying it's right, but it just felt these guys were dinosaurs and they didn't realise what they were doing. I'm pretty sure the guy's come out himself and said, look, it wasn't racial. But the one that what I didn't understand is when he said dance. Why would you want him to dance? It's like it's the weirdest disconnect in history.
No, the weirdest thing is, why did he buy them then when they're on offer now? If he'd have just waited a few days, it's Black Friday, they're on offer, they're half price now. I mean, this is stupidity of the highest order. Why pay full price just a few days before Black Friday? What kind of idiot does that?
Because he can, Tristan. Because he can.
Yeah, because he'd made a promise.
All kind of things Black Friday. Yeah, that'd be worse.
Christ, yeah. Oh God. You could have just opened another can of worms there.
Yeah. Oh, you just yeah.
It's when I get the email saying it's Black Week is the latest one. When they say it, you're thinking, do you not think they should change?
Go on, Abid.
Really, everyone thought it and you said it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not scared to say what I feel, mate.
Yeah, so... Yeah, but as I said, Basil, what do you think? Deeps, what do you think?
It was stupid.
Well, if it may be stupid, but maybe if it's... go on, Basil.
No, don't talk over him, Deeps. It's much better.
Go on, Barry, go first.
Deeps with an Irish accent. No, as you say...
with a Nepali one.
As you say...
do a roll reverse for a couple of minutes. Deeps, you have an Irish accent, and Basil, you have a Nepalese one. Oh, my God. We'll be closed down.
I can't do your acting, Deeps, no?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Now we're in trouble. Oh, God's sake. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why didn't you just call him? Why didn't you just ask him if he wanted a banana? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, God.
Deeps,
Shut down.
Deeps, you do an Irish one.
Go on, Deeps.
I don't think I can, Basil.
Right, Barry, we still have to go you on this. Go on, Barry.
No, as the lads were saying, once there's a camera around, like, first of all, you don't say anything. End of story. But I think it was stupid when there's a camera there, because once it's picked up, it's like the banana. I didn't know the story until you said it, but I did see the unboxing of the trainers. I did see that bit. But when somebody says, "Oh, no bananas," straight away I just went, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
It's just a no. You can't, and there's no comeback from it.
Yeah, you're right, Basil. Fully agree with you. It's just a massive own goal from Roma, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
why post it? Was it?
I just think
maybe it was live. Maybe it was live.
Instagram live, or was it he recorded it and then posted it up? Do you know?
No idea, mate. No idea. But it's a massive boo boo, that's for sure. Because I mean, no matter, like you guys are saying, no matter how much the guy comes out and defends Mourinho and the other guy, whoever was talking in the video, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't sound right in the current climate, and it's as I said, it was wrong. I mean, but then I hope they live and learn by it.
Yeah,
right. This Italians.
Yeah.
They've shown no sign of learning.
No, go ahead, Seamus O'Deeps.
He doesn't even know it's him now, does he? He's confused.
He's confused.
Yeah. He's probably still. He's just
No, I'm
busy
waiting for
thinking
you guys
rimming.
to just keep quiet.
He's
Go on then,
thinking
Deep.
rimming. Admit it.
He's trying to look for the Blarney Stone in Kathmandu.
Go on, Deeps. You got to have your say now.
Come on, DT.
Well, we can just hope that whatever Afina Jain has come out and said is actually the truth and he's not been desensitized or been forced to come out
Coerced.
with those
Good point.
Yeah,
explanations.
good point.
Very good point. Very good point.
Like
Very good
we
point.
can like at the end of the day, a banana is a food, is a fruit, so people can like and enjoy it. So let's hope it's for benefit of the doubt. Let's hope it's not
Yeah,
actually
agree,
being
yeah.
used in racial terms and just
great point. Great point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally
fair
agree with
enough,
that.
Deeps. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, he's a
hadn't
young-
even considered that.
Yeah, he's a young player. He needs a contract. You know, he wants to keep his contract. He wants to stay at the club. He might have been coerced, but then again, it might have been just a simple, stupid, foolish mistake. So let's hope we never find out because we don't want this story to get bigger than it is. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What's next, guys?
Go
Right,
on, Trish.
I want to say, do we talk about the Golden Boy Awards? Pedri winning it, the €1 billion footballer. Good choice or not? Or personally, I'm just going to say before anybody else goes on this, I think he only got it because he's at Barcelona. Because I don't think he's even the best youngster at Barcelona, to be honest. So I'm not sure why he got it. Good player, but is he the best? I'm not sure.
oh, but maybe part of the reason sorry, but maybe part of the reason is because he played more than 70 games last season.
Well, so did quite a few others. That De Ketelaere
No, but
in Bruges.
what I'm saying is he just was hyped up so much because of all these games and all. So
What about
maybe
Ansu Fati?
he was out injured all
Not
year.
all the time.
Yeah, all year he was.
I thought it was just for the last few months. He's been back playing. But anyway, yeah, there was a lot of there's a lot of players out there. Anyway, they did a
Even
fan vote.
Bellingham.
Yeah, Bellingham came second he was miles below him as well, which is bizarre because he's absolutely brilliant every time I watch him. Whereas Pedri, you watch him and you just think,
What's
the
What's
hype?
the criteria for winning?
Under 21, first team. Well, it doesn't have to be first team, does it? That's the thing. It just has to be the standout
No, it doesn't.
player under the age of 21 in Europe.
How did Sancho do?
I don't think he's
21.
I was going to say he's not under 21.
He did win it once. He did. I think he won it maybe a year or two ago.
Isn't it
What
pronounced
about
Sanko anyway? Sorry, just say.
Or just to
The most
stick in our accent, it would be Sancho.
I cannot believe how pedantic this guy is. It's
No, just say it.
unreal.
Just say it.
It's
put
fucking
it out there.
unreal, mate. I've
That's
never
it.
seen anything like it.
Picking on
Nothing
the
wrong with
Irish
being
fellas
pedantic,
again.
It's being correct.
What about Camavinga?
That's another name. Good choice. Good point. I mean, who else was there?
Well, thank you.
I mean, there's loads out there. Why is it? I just don't understand why Pedri's getting this hype. I mean, for me, Bellingham would have walked it. I would have said. Every time I watch him, he's standout.
Pedri won the Young Player Award at Euros as well. That is probably the main reason he won it.
Maybe, yeah.
Tristan, talking about Bellingham, where do you see his next destination realistically?
He'll go to someone like. I tell you what, I wouldn't be
Chelsea.
surprised to see him at Real Madrid or Barcelona.
I'm gonna say Chelsea.
But yeah, I think it'll be Chelsea or Man City.
Chelsea to replace Kante.
He's not the same type of player at all.
Sense. Yeah, but
Kante doesn't need replacing yet.
He does. He's injured again.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he
Knee
gets
injury.
injured so.
He's going to need
I think-
replacing now. As much as he's the best player, like we were discussing earlier, my favorite, the one player in the world I'd say could improve every other team in the world is Kante, but he's picking up too many injuries now.
Is that something that's traditional, or is that something that's just happened this season or last season, maybe?
Last
Maybe just going through
2-3 seasons, it's been gradually increasing. He's
Getting
starting
a bit
to
older.
perform more.
He's getting a bit
He's in his
older. and
30s now.
He's played a lot of football, hasn't he? Played
Yeah,
a
he's,
lot
no
of
way.
he's
football.
31, isn't he? I think. Pretty sure he's 31.
No, he's
I wouldn't,
30.
I wouldn't have given him that.
30, is he? Is he just...
30, yeah.
He's 30.
Yeah, 29th of March.
You really rate him,
Nearly.
don't you, Tristan? You really
Oh,
rate him, don't you, Tristan?
best player in the world, in my opinion.
No, I mean Bellingham, sorry.
Oh,
Go back to
Bellingham, yeah, brilliant player.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd love him at Liverpool. Absolutely
What does
love him at
everybody else?
Liverpool.
What does everybody else think of him?
I like him.
Yeah, he's-
I'll be honest with you, I do like him. I think he's got a bit to learn, but he's a bit raw at the moment, but I think he's going to be an excellent player. I think he's a better Brentford stardom than what Jadon Sancho is, to be honest with you.
I think they
Sanko,
pulled-
Billy Sanko.
Sancho then, yeah.
Thank you, Bazza.
The PC police will be onto you, Billy.
Yeah, he will be, man, yeah.
I was
the
just saying.
pedantic Billy.
Just saying.
Elocution lessons by Tris.
That's a DVD will never sell.
Sold out, mate. It's sold out. Admittedly, there was only one copy, and my mother
Copy,
bought it.
yeah.
But...
What
And
do
I
you
give it
think?
free with a packet of cornflakes.
What do you think of him, David? What?
Bellingham, to be honest, I haven't seen much of him, but what I have seen, I've seen more than I've seen him play more for Dortmund than I have England. I don't watch England play much, so I've seen more of at Dortmund. He's really, he doesn't look out of place in any midfield in any league, in my opinion. And I think he's got a very high ceiling as well. I think he can get better than he is.
Yeah, I think he can get better, yeah.
Yeah, he's very good in fairness.
And I think he's an ideal Hendo replacement. If we were to buy him, and I don't think we will, I think what would happen, he ideally a year or two under Hendo, learn from him, and then take over from him. I think that would be ideal. But I think you guys have got it spot on. I think Chelsea will be his destination. I don't think he'll go to Man City. I think he'll go to Chelsea.
How much would he cost, lads?
That's a good question.
100 million.
It's a really
plus,
good
I'd say.
question. Really, is that yeah. I mean, will he be less than Haaland?
Yeah,
What would
yeah,
Haaland
Haaland's been getting injuries again. Another one that's suffering injuries lately. So,
Well, if Jack Grealish is 100 million,
oh
Bellingham's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be more.
yeah, 500
Without a
million,
shadow.
5 billion. I mean, Grealish is like if Grealish is
Because
worth
there's-
100 million, I'm a 100 million pound footballer for God's sake.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It's actually Grealish.
He's too drunk to care, mate. He wouldn't give a shit. It's just Sanko came out and said he complained about it. That's why I know. That's why I said that.
Nothing to do with it. You're pedantic at all. No?
Of course not. I'm not at all pedantic.
Sorry, pedantic.
Right, boys, time to move on.
Hey,
Okay.
No, before we move on, I'm gonna sing for Bellingham.
You're gonna what?
He's
Sing
got
for
the
Bellingham?
whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world
When are you gonna start singing?
in his hands.
But yeah, you think he has,
Oh
yeah?
my god! I think I've hit me.
Yeah. He has
enough.
the world in his feet.
Oh,
And I think Abid is the only one that's gonna get what I'm actually referring to with the song.
Mate, it's gone way over my head. I just woke up an hour ago, mate. So what was it? He's got the whole world in his hands.
Yeah,
He's
Bray
got the-
Wyatt, search it.
Oh,
Who?
WWE reference. WWE reference.
oh, for God's sake!
Mate,
Freaking...
gotcha, yeah, gotcha.
No.
Oh, not again! Why do you
Deep,
think?
so
I'll-
you're watching
Oh.
AEW?
No, mate, it's not shown over here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right,
Hey,
move
guys,
on time, boys. Come on. Let's
Please, let's
have
just
we
move
spoke-
on, because
have you
let's
spoken
move
about
on from
Benzema?
wrestling.
yeah,
Have
we
you
did
mentioned
Benzema,
Benzema?
mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool,
we've
man.
done that.
Yeah, cool.
The only thing left to talk
Nice.
about, I've got written down, was the Payet hit by a bottle again. Leon fans threw it after less than 5 minutes. He was taking a corner, threw a bottle from the stands, full bottle hit him, and like the game was abandoned because the Marseille players refused to come back out and play it, so they abandoned the game after less than 5 minutes. So.
French football again.
The keyword being again.
Yeah, exactly. Because he threw it back last time, didn't he?
Yeah.
He caused a riot.
It had a break in this one.
Causing a riot.
I just want Deeps never to sing again. Are you okay? Is everybody okay with that?
Typing that. I was just typing that on the chat.
Have you? Oh right, okay.
Yeah, I was literally just typing it on the live chat on the YouTube thing. I was just typing, I've no idea, but I hope Deeps never sings again. And you said it at the same time.
I never have the same thought as you again.
Yeah.
Rolling in the deeps.
Oh.
So where were we? Payet. But let's stop digressing. Sorry about that. Was my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never digressed before you came on. We kept it straight down the line. We just kept ploughing on and keeping to the subject all along. Honest.
Yeah. Being faithful to the script.
Oh, definitely.
Is it French football again? Is there a problem there, a real problem? Because it's not like the first time that's happened, is it?
They've got major problems, haven't they?
Will they do something about it? Because they never last time.
Why is there a problem with hooliganism in France? Is it political, or is it just is it this disenfranchised, or are they just is it the money in French football isn't there?
I was going to say this is something that's always been a problem in French football. I mean, there's a particular problem with PSG fans. Like they're very like Cardiff, Birmingham the Cardiff's headhunters, Birmingham's Zulus, isn't it? They literally they'll stop off halfway home and just on halfway there and halfway home at motorway service stations and stuff, and smash up the place and attack random people and stuff. You know, this is what they do. Like I remember a few years ago, a friend of mine was having their wedding reception, and the Cardiff fans were passing through, and the coach pulled up outside. They all piled in, smashed up his wedding reception, and then fucked off again for no reason other than they were pissed and just wanted to cause trouble. It cost him thousands, put him in debt, having to pay for it all because he had to pay for the damages. Things like that. But that's what the PSG fans are like. This has been a common problem. They've had this going for years and years and years, and nobody's done anything about it. Marseille fans are also known for causing trouble as well, and particularly when the two get together, there's real problems. So why this is suddenly happening elsewhere, it's probably because they've never done anything about it. So it just gathers momentum when one lot does it. I mean, wasn't there, they attacked a training ground, wasn't it, Lille or something earlier this season? Or was it end of last season?
There was the incident with Payet.
It was Marseille. I think it was Marseille.
Was it Marseille where they set fire to the tree and that outside and stuff? Was it?
Oh, that was Carrington.
It was Marseille.
No, it was in French football, mate. They set fire. They set fire to the place. You know, they lobbed flares and all sorts at it and had big riots and stuff.
By the way, set fire is also a song by Adele.
So please don't. Oh, for God's sake. How do you know all these things?
Give us a tune.
No, please, no. Don't let him sing again. Please, never again. Never again.
Yeah, even the comments on the live chat is against me singing, so I've had it up.
Even better. I'd rather you talked about cricket than did that.
Be an individual. Go on, do your own thing. Be an anarchist. Sing for us, mate.
He's done that once.
Do you know anything by the Spinners?
Oh, we're not getting onto cricket now, are we?
Just do You'll Never Walk Alone, Deeps, and then we're good.
in an Irish accent.
Get out of my head, mate. In there, mate, I tell you.
Well, wait,
Right, boys, I haven't got long left,
Yeah,
so
what do you
can we
need?
get
What
into
better
the
do you need?
predictions?
Yeah.
Move on.
He said I haven't got long left. Oh my God, Billy!
Oh, Billy,
I know,
I
he's-
got a priest.
Oh,
Billy,
I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know.
Billy, you could have my blood, Billy.
This is a strange way to spend your last hours on Earth, though. It must be said. Personally, I'd have thought you'd want to do something a bit better than this. But your choice,
your
mate.
missus will be upset.
No, she's out celebrating. That's why he's on here.
I want
My
this to sing
singing
a
is-
funeral.
She's already
My
spent the
singing
insurance
is
money.
She's ordered a white
Bill doesn't
uniform
want
for
to
that.
live anymore.
Billy Deeps is going to sing at your funeral
Yeah, I'll be beneath that, yeah.
in an Irish accent.
That'll make sure nobody goes. Anyway, let's move on to the predictions because we got 2 lots of them this week as well. We got weekend and midweek games. You can do Rob. You'll have to take Rob's predictions for him, Bazza, because he's not here. Don't know where he is. He's be asleep somewhere, probably in the ditch after he's been out
2
cruising.
after in the morning.
Well, he's been out cruising. So we'll start off Arsenal Newcastle. Abid, as you're losing, you can go first.
All right then. I only had 1 week's prediction, so
Yeah, well,
no
I
wonder
did give
I'm
you
losing.
2 weeks, and I gave you extra points. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Okay, so Arsenal Newcastle. Who's home and who's away?
Arsenal are at home to Newcastle. That's why I said Arsenal Newcastle rather than Newcastle Arsenal.
right.
It's a giveaway
I
in
think-
English football.
Well, you're under the impression I listened to you.
No, that's true.
2
Fair point.
2-2.
2-2. So it didn't frigging matter who was at home anyway, did it? 'Cause you were- Right, Bazza, go on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Same, 2-2.
Can you do it in an Australian accent? Because you're wrong.
2-2, mate.
Sorry, no, Australian accent, I said.
I thought you said Austrian.
It was closer.
Yeah, no. You've got to do it in an Australian accent with a hint of dogging.
And cruising. You got to be cruising at the same time while doing the pod.
Is Doggin just outside rimming?
I don't know, but he's definitely into rimming. He said his missus asked him what cruising was the other day. I was like, Christ, has she been listening to the podcast and you've got yourself into trouble?
So you're going 2-2, Barry, as well? Did you say?
Yeah, 2-2. Yeah.
That's
He's
Rob.
a Desmond
That's
as
Rob.
well.
You misheard him, Billy.
Yeah.
That's Rob.
Rob, yeah.
Yeah. Billy?
3-0 to Arsenal.
3-0.
Doing a Scouse accent now, Billy.
He can't do one of that.
That's Scouse accent, that.
He's putting on his posh voice for the pod.
Oh, yeah.
3-0 to the Arsenal.
3-0 to Arsenal. Jeez.
And then deep. Go on, I know what you're
It's
going to
gonna-
say. But
It's going to be, what's his name's first game in charge. You think he's going to lose 3-0? Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
have you not seen Eddie
Okay.
Howe manage before?
No, I don't think. Oh, well, we'll see next week.
Deeps, go on.
I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Arsenal.
2-1.
Right.
Now do it in a Nepalese accent.
I can do it in Nepalese language. I
Go
can
on,
do
you
it in Nepalese language.
Do it in Nepalese. Go on, mate.
You can sing your predictions.
Yeah.
You should
Sing it
sing
in
them.
Nepalese. Sing it in Nepalese.
Oh, for God's sake. Haven't you got like you
Move
can't?
on. Move
I thought
on.
you had like you've
Go
got
on,
like
Dave.
thousands of dialects, haven't you? Because that's what they all tell me here. All the lads that work here that are Nepalese, they all say every village has a different dialect, so it's impossible to communicate.
It's not
Anyway,
impossible
so
to communicate, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
Deep,
okay,
say it in
Anyway, move
exaggerating
on.
a
Move
bit.
on.
Oh God,
But
you're not
Deep,
gonna
put some-
wait
put
to
some-
sing.
inject some culture into the podcast. Say it in Nepalese, mate.
Sing it in Nepalese.
Go on, mate. Go on, Deeps.
Okay.
Thank you.
Arsenal 2, Newcastle 1.
Well, there you go, mate. Perfect.
Well
Good for you,
done.
man. Well, yeah.
That feels like
There
it
you
needs
go.
a round of
next.
applause, but I can't be bothered. So let's move on to Palace Villa. Come on, Abid.
Palace. Who's home and who's away? Palace Villa. Palace at home.
Come on,
Palace.
we're not going to do it again.
God's sake. Do you want me to send you an invite as well?
Just explain the offside rule as well while you're at it. Yeah. Oh, that's a great game.
What the
Gerrard.
rules of the game is, you know, what do you have to do? Is that what you need to do? No wonder you're always freaking moaning when you text me about watching a game even though we're winning. It's because you haven't got a freaking clue what's going on, have you?
Yeah. I'm not happy with Canate at the moment, I've got to say. But anyway, good besides the point. Okay. Palace. Oh, Vieira's on a high. Gerrard's on a high. Again, 2-2.
Right, Rob Bazza.
Rob Barry.
I'm going to do it in Oskelga. So I'm going to say Palace 3, Villa Osahin.
What?
You said it in Irish.
Sorry,
Good for
what?
you. This is getting
Can
all
we say
cultural,
that?
mate.
Can you say that in like that so I can understand it though? Because I've got to write it frigging down. You're supposed to be
Was
doing
that
an Aussie
Celtic?
accent.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
was.
Celtic.
Just because
Yeah,
I got an
3-1.
Irish passport doesn't mean I know how to speak Celtic, Gaelic, whatever.
Yeah, that was Oskelga.
Good for
2-1.
you, man.
So what did he say? Sorry, what was his score? I've missed it.
3-1 Palace.
It's
3-1
very
Palace.
ambiguous. Because whatever score it is going to be, he's going to say, I said it in Celtic.
Yeah, exactly.
We couldn't understand it.
Gaelic. Just
I got
I'm
a
going-
correct score.
2-1 to Palace. They'll be 2-0 up and they'll sneak a little goal, but it'll be too late. So it's 2-1 for me for
Right.
Palace.
And Deeps. Don't want to know what you're going to say.
Oh, God. Both teams are going to score 2 goals.
Right.
Yeah, but
Wow.
are any of them own goals? Because it could be 4-0. We had this last week when you two were telling me that.
2-2 deep.
Yeah, 2-2.
Okay.
Right.
What about you,
Move on.
Tristan?
I don't do predictions.
He
You know
doesn't do
that.
predictions.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, because you're a
Bad luck.
pussy. Go on. Yeah.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a PU.
He's
Sorry,
a PU.
SS. He's a PU, double S, double Y.
Double Y.
No,
Spelling's not your
you're
strong
a-
point then.
You're a double pussy, mate.
Fucking hell, I thought I've been struggled with spelling. But,
No, that's maths, mate. That's, oh, yeah, and maths. And
yeah, and
you're
English, and
And
well, basically
English.
anything, yeah. Thinking,
Right. I'm better at Nepalese than I am English.
yeah, and you can't speak any of that.
Exactly. And Gaelic, probably.
Right,
What's
Liverpool,
next?
Southampton next. Go
Oh,
on,
we're going to
Abid.
trounce. We're going to trounce them 4-1.
4-1. Do you not want to know which way round? You know who's at home for that one first.
Yeah. Liverpool 4, Southampton, Hassan-Sal 1.
Right, Robbie.
4-0.
4-0
Good.
to
Good,
Southampton,
good.
yeah.
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 Southampton's at home, aren't they?
Go on, Billy.
5-0 for Liverpool.
Ooh, and then Deeps.
Good man, Billy.
3-1.
3-1.
Salah hat-trick.
Oof.
Right, now we're on to Norwich versus
Deeps.
Wolves. He's already said 3-1.
What did Deeps do?
3-1.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Norwich
you
Wolves.
shouted over the top,
think
but I
that-
already had it written down because he told me because he didn't want to come on until he heard about Ranić because he was sulking
Okay.
about the football.
Go on then, Abid.
That'll be 3-1 to Wolves. 2-1. No, actually, let me change. No, it's 2-1 to Wolves. 2-1 to Wolves.
You don't want to know who's at home.
Oh, no, Wolves are away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wolves are away. Yeah, 2-1 to Wolves. They're going great guns at the moment. That guy's got them
So
playing really
Norwich.
good. I'm still
Okay.
keeping to my prediction, 2-1.
Okay. Roberto.
2-0 Norwich.
Sorry.
2-0.
2-0 Norwich.
Yeah,
That was your posh Irish voice, wasn't it, Bazza?
very posh.
Yeah, that was, wasn't it?
It's better than his Australian.
That was your Terry Wogan voice.
That was Austrian.
Norwich, you've had the day. They had the day in the sun last week. Got a win. Back to form. 0-2. Easy win for Wolves. No doubt about it.
They're on a run, Bill. They're two wins in a row. So.
Oh, was it 2 wins in a row? I
Yeah.
thought it was only one.
Because they sacked.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, they sacked the other Potter, didn't they? So it is still 2-0. 2-0 away win.
Deeps.
Going for a 1-1 draw.
Right. Brighton versus Leeds.
Oof. 2-2.
You've done every game since.
There's no reason why most games can't end in 2-2 results, Bilbo.
Okay. I don't know. No.
Yeah. You ain't gonna have long. You ain't got long left anyway. You probably got around. Why'd you give a fuck?
Good point, Better. How does no extra time on this team?
Don't sweat the full.
Brilliant.
Stuff, Billy.
Oh, brilliant.
Lazary, are you here to audition to take his role on the pod for the future?
Oh, excellent.
Oh, so funny.
Rob?
Leeds aren't doing well lately, are they?
Not very, no.
No. And
Didn't
Brighton
they
at
just
home.
win last weekend?
But I know, but previous to that, Tris, not brilliant.
No, they haven't had a good season.
No. Brighton at home, I'm going to go 3-1 Brighton.
Just before you say that, I'm going to say they had a lot of injuries and they're starting to come back from injury. But
And
it's whether Rafinha plays will make the difference for me.
And Brighton lost to Villa last week as well, 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
3-1. Sorry, 3-1.
To Brighton,
Brighton?
Yeah.
Deeps?
It's me next.
Bilbo
2-1.
Sorry, Billy.
2-1 to Brighton. Back to form. Far better team. 2-1.
Oh, that was very assured, Billy. I love it. Treat me like the bitch I am. I love it when you dominate.
about time.
Deeps?
Going for a 2-1 victory to Leeds, hoping that Rafinha is gonna be fit and available to play.
Quick question.
Oh,
Do you think he's Liverpool bound, Rafinha?
I wish.
That good?
Good enough. I don't think they'll have the money to buy him.
Yeah, he's 60 million.
Yeah, I think so.
And some.
Yeah, and they know what they've got as well. So why would they sell up? Why would they sell cheap anyway?
They're not selling cheap.
No, nobody does anymore, really.
No.
Nobody does. There's so much money in the game.
That's why so many players are out of contract this summer.
Yeah.
Because nobody will sell them cheap, and so they end up stuck with them.
Yeah. What's next? What game's next?
Brentford versus Everton.
Oh my God, that's a humdinger of a game. I'll watch that one. Bill, is Everton still decimated by injuries?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they just lost Alan.
Oh man, I feel sorry for you. Man. Sing it, Deep. Sing it.
No, it's your turn. It's your turn right now.
Oh God,
He's just trying to buy.
You're
just trying to buy some more time.
He only sings
honestly.
for Rob.
Yeah. The Brentford. I think, unfortunately, I think Brent will be all over you then. I think that'll be a 3-1, 2-0, something like that. I'm probably going to go for. Actually, let's go for 3-0.
Okay, Robbie.
No.
What?
2-0.
got nil.
Sorry, 2-0 Brentford.
2-0 Brentford, yeah.
You're
Bilbo?
morphing into Terry Wogan, Basil.
1-0 for Brentford. Rafa on the verge of the sack.
Oh no,
Billy!
Really?
Yeah, I'm
That's a harsh,
telling you.
Billy.
Really?
Yeah, I can't say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you. 1-0 to Brentford, and it's going to put real pressure on Rafa. And if you lose another game after this, you'll be out. There you go.
God, really? Is that what the Evertonians are thinking?
Some of them, me being one of them, yeah.
Oh my God, that is controversial. That is, I mean, really, Billy?
Yeah, that's for me prediction. That's my prediction.
No, I'm fascinated. Have we got time to talk about this?
No, Billy's
Billy.
not got long, remember? He'll be dead soon, so we can't. Hey, he doesn't care. He's not going to see it either way.
No, it makes no difference to me.
But that's crazy talk, Billy. Surely the
I'm
guy's
telling you, it's not going well at the moment. It's not going well at the moment.
But look what he's got. Look at the squad. His top striker, who would grace most teams on the planet, has been out for months.
I know that. And he's not going to be back for months either. He's not going to come back till after Christmas.
Yeah, but how can you? There's got to be there's mitigation there, Billy. How can you get rid of a man who's got no players? Who's got that squad is rubbish.
I'm not saying I want him out. I'm just saying that he will be on the precipice. If we get beat by Brentford on Saturday, which I think we will get beat 1-0, I think they'll be calling for his head. He mightn't get it for a couple of weeks, but I think they'll be calling for his head.
I'm flabbergasted. I really am. I'm serious. No joke now. I am seriously flabbergasted. If they sack him, that would be one of the worst decisions and worst sackings ever. Not that I'm a Rafa fan, of course. I'm a disciple of Rafa, but if I'm putting those feelings aside, I think it would be so cruel, so cruel. I mean, he's got no players to play. Who can he play and win games with?
He hasn't. Let me tell you this. He hasn't got nothing to work with, right? But what he has got is he's got a couple of good youngsters coming through that he's not playing at all. And he's picking players like Rondon and Iwobi every week. And the supporters are not happy with the selections at the moment. We're in a dogfight. Yeah. They are not fighters. You need people in who's going to give you a bit of bottle, give you hard work, give you graft, at least show something. The players he's picking at the moment are not doing that. And he might have to fall on his sword, I'm afraid.
Okay, all right. But maybe he feels those kids aren't ready yet. He trains them day in, day out. Maybe, and he's an experienced international manager.
I get that.
I was going to say that. There's one more thing, one thing I'd like to add to that. I've watched you. He's played Gordon. Gordon looks the part. He played Sims. He tried him. He looks shit. Not being funny. He didn't look anywhere near Premier League level. He does not look like a Premier League player yet. So I can understand why he's not playing him, because I didn't see anything in him to suggest he was better option than Rondon personally. And he's the only one I've seen in your youth team that could possibly even be near a step up. So I can see why he's sticking with Rondon, because who else have you got? No one.
But Rondon, you might put a Labrador out there as Rondon. He's absolutely hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. He gives you nothing.
Yeah, but if there's nothing to replace him who's better, why would you not go? I mean, it's a much of a much. I mean, you're still going to get the same results then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you will. You can't play players who are not trying, and some of the Everton players aren't trying at the moment. They're giving nothing. And to be honest with you, the buck stops at the manager, whether you like it or not. It stops at the manager. And if they're not good enough, get them out the side and play. Play a 10-year-old if you want to, but them players just aren't doing it for Rafa. So something's got to give, and I think Rafa might be in trouble. Yeah, that's me.
Is this you telling us you've got a 10-year-old grandkid who's a good striker and you're trying to get him a contract?
No, all mine are girls. All my grandkids are girls. So.
They'll be
But
fine
they
at
do a
Everton. They're
better
not going to be
job.
too good.
Yeah, yeah. I think Everton have been in real trouble. I think they're in real trouble of getting into the relegation zone.
Are you that? Shit! Wow.
I do, yeah. There's no
Oh
the
my
lights
God,
at the end of
that
the
is-
tunnel's been switched off because
I heard it was an express train.
it's certainly something like that to us. But I think we're in big trouble. Big trouble. I mean, not just
You said,
you know.
Billy, are you serious? Are you
Yeah.
serious? You think you could
Honestly.
be in a relegation dogfight this season?
Absolutely. And I think it'll be within the next month. We've got some hard fixtures coming up, and I can't see us getting points out of hardly any of them games. Maybe 1 point, maybe
Now,
two.
what players are out? Decore, Allen, Calvert-Lewin, and
And
who else?
Charleston's been out. He's back out again now, by the looks of it, on the weekend. He's back out
So this
again.
Decore, how long is he out for?
I'm not sure with him. Some are saying 3 weeks, some are saying another 6 weeks. That'll depend
He's your,
on. Go on.
he's your heartbeat, isn't he? Really?
He is the heartbeat, yeah, very much so. Him and Alan, I'd say, even though Alan does give the ball away too much, at least he's industrious.
I heard,
Without him, we're in trouble. Without the two of them.
I heard Decore's having a late fitness test for the game, as is
Oh,
Damari
right.
Gray.
Well, Damari's out as well, Damari Gray, by the way.
No, late fitness test, but he's almost certainly out. Yerry
Yeah,
is
he's-
almost certainly out. Holgate's suspended, so it's not all bad. Richarlison's suspended. That's why he's out.
Barry Deeps, what do you think of this? Do you agree
Barry's
with
missing.
Billy?
He's vanished.
Okay. Deeps, do you agree with Bilbo and his suggestion that they could be in deep troubles in a month?
Whether Everton are gonna be in deep trouble in a month or not, but I don't think shacking Benitez is gonna solve the issue anyways.
No, it's not going to solve the issue, Deeps. You're right about that. But
All right, Billy. Would you just say Rafa gone? Who would you promote? Who would you appoint? Would it be Duncan Ferguson? Or
I really don't know. I really don't
Ole
know.
at the wheel. Ole at the wheel. Come on.
Free.
Yeah, Ollie's got loads of time on his hands. No, I'm not sure who would appoint. I
no,
don't.
but would you give it to somebody like Ferguson till the end of the season?
Possibly.
What,
People
Alex
will be asking
Ferguson?
for
I
that.
don't think he'd take the job.
personally want him.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want Ferguson, but I can see people wanting someone who's got a bit of heart and a bit of passion for the club, rather than just bring someone in. 'Cause just doing that every time now, bring a foreign manager in, and he'll do it for you. And it hasn't worked out yet, so why would it?
Sorry, guys. I digress because I was very shocked by it. I didn't realise he was on borrowed time like that, man. I must not have read that.
That's my opinion, by the way. It's
yeah.
not from the club or nothing.
No, but
that's my opinion.
You're a mouthpiece for Evertonians because you know what they're feeling, what they're saying, what they're talking about better than I ever would. So your friends are mostly
Yeah, they're not
Evertonians.
happy.
Yeah. So you speak for them. You read the room. So I don't know that. That's shocking to me. I see it as he's got a really bad squad, decimated by injuries, and he's lost a few games. And he won games that when he had an average squad, he won. When he had fully fit squad, he won games he shouldn't have won. And I thought he had a little bit of a credit in the bank, but clearly he doesn't. That's just how hard it is.
Can I just say something here? How bad must things be if Billy's the one speaking for you?
You're right there, Chris. That's a good point.
Well, just give up, mate. Just give up if your life's that bad.
Well, I've got long left, so it doesn't matter to me.
Exactly.
What's the next? What about?
We're waiting for Deeps to give his prediction. Yeah, he never got a chance because somebody jumped in and started talking about Rafa.
Sorry, mate.
We never digressed at all before you came on. We kept it straight on the subject all the while through, didn't we, Deeps?
definitely did. And I'm gonna change my prediction from earlier on, Chris.
Oh no, I've
And
got
I'm
it written
gonna go
down
for a
now. You
1-off draw.
surely not.
Oh, what the heck! I'm just gonna go for it. A 2-1 win for Everton.
You
Oh,
serious? If you
Don't
nice.
want to
change it.
change it, you can change it if you want. I'm only
No, I
joking.
ain't gonna change it. At least I have the balls to back Rafa Benitez, unlike some other people.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
round of applause there, Deeps. Well said.
Raffles at the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, miserable get, Billy. I'm disappointed in you. So
Ah,
we'll move
well,
on.
there you go.
Burnley versus Spurs next.
Burnley versus Spurs. Oh, that's a Spurs win. That's the 3-1 to Spurs.
3-1 to
I don't know
Spurs.
which team is playing at home and which is away.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't need
know.
to know. He
Chris,
knows. He's got it all
Spurs are on
sorted
a
now.
bounce. Spurs are on a bounce. They're going to win
Chris,
away
you
from
have to
home.
pick for Rob here.
Me?
Yeah, you'll have to pick for Rob because
Yeah, about the same size.
Oh dear. Not even close. He's about 7 foot tall, isn't he? Christ, I'm shorter
Rob's a
than you.
unit. Rob's a unit.
Maybe round the waist we might be the same size.
go on, Chris, gives you the.
Seriously? Oh shit.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
do
know.
Rob's.
Oh, I'm just going to do a random thing. Let's go 2-2, because I reckon Burnley
Fuck.
got a chance.
Fucking hell, I
Spurs
ain't got
is
long
shit.
now. How long it taking? Go on.
Billy?
I'm going for 1-1. I think Burnley will get a point there. I think Spurs are
Ooh.
awful.
Next.
Steve.
For a 2-1 victory for Spurs.
Right.
Good man, dude.
Leicester
Right,
Watford
next game. Oh, that'll be 2-2.
Well, it is
Leicester
2-2.
versus the worst team in the world, apart from Everton and Man United. They've only smashed 2 teams apart this season. And they're Everton and Man United. I hate Watford anyway. They got Ole the sack. Detest them. I hope they go down and never come back up because of that. Bastards.
Sage once said that this Watford side are the worst Premiership club in history.
Yeah, I said
He
that.
did, yeah, he did.
And then they go on and beat Man United 4-1. But then again, they did score 2 goals in extra time. So
Leicester versus Watford.
Billy,
Go
it's
on,
your
Mike.
turn.
Who's got who's Abid
and
got
Billy,
2-2,
Billy's
yeah?
next, isn't it?
Abid,
Yeah,
Abid, did you say Abid?
Yeah, 2-2, mate.
Right.
Oh, right. I'm going for a 1-0 win. Oh, sorry, it's Rob next. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm going to go 0-2. I'm going to go Watford to win because it's Rob, so I don't give a shit if it's wrong.
You want him to be wrong, didn't you? So you win.
I'm going for Leicester 1, worst team in the world 0. Yeah.
Are they playing Everton?
No, I wish they were.
Deeps?
But before I reveal my prediction, I'm just gonna say we should have seen the Watford Manchester United result coming because Watford won against Everton by 3 goals. Everton drew with Manchester United, so naturally it should have been a 3-goal victory for Watford.
But none of you got it right. That's the point. All of you got it wrong. All of you went for Man United to win. I mean, why would anyone choose United to win under Ole the way they were playing? Bizarre.
My prediction is a 2-1 victory for Leicester.
2-1 for Leicester.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1 for Leicester.
The lot of you are terrible. So we basically we know whatever scores we give, there's a 90% chance that they won't happen.
It's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Right, Man City versus West Ham.
Oh, what a game.
Really?
2-1 Man
Do you think
City. 2-1 Man City. Is Antonio out for them? Or is he playing?
Ooh, well, he's out midweek, so he's got to be doubtful, hasn't he?
Yeah.
A 2-1 Man City.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go 5-0 City because West Ham, they're finally starting to play like a Moyes side and they bottle it against the big teams now. That's what they've been
I'm
saying.
going-
The West Ham fans. I don't know how that happens when they did so well against us. So I'm just saying that's what the West Ham fans are saying. I don't get it.
I'm going 2-0 to 2-0 to Man City.
Come on. 3-1
Well,
to
they-
Manchester City again. I don't
3-1
like
Man
the fact that my predictions are matching with the guy who's bottom of the table.
He said 2-1 Deeps. You're all right.
Oh, okay. For a moment he said 3-1, so
No, he said to set up a 2-1 because I've written down 2-1. So it's bollocks to him if he has said 3-1. It's 2-1 now. Chelsea versus Man United next. Whew.
You're so nice to me, Trinity.
I know. I look after you, mate, don't I? Hey,
Yeah. The sensitivity is just so overwhelming.
I just the way I am. I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm known for my sensitivity. I'm like Ralph Tresvant.
Yeah, you're sensitive to salad.
It's right. Avoid it at all costs. Anything
Exactly.
green, it could be mouldy. My mum always said that. So
Yeah. Next.
Chelsea Man U. Waiting for you.
Oh, sorry, mate. Chelsea, Man U. Chelsea, Man U. Chelsea, Man U. 3-1 Chelsea.
Oh, even with Carrick in charge. Oh,
Yeah.
Michael at the wheel.
3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah,
The new
Nicky
manager
Three.
bounced. The new interim manager until Ranić comes in. Like,
Yeah, 3-1 Chelsea.
okay. Oh, to
How about you,
Roberto
Rob?
now. 2-0. I'm gonna go to Chelsea. Bilbo
1-1.
and
Carrick getting a bit of a tune out of them. 1-1.
have both Irish fellas gone? Deeps.
Manchester United are don't even the big winner.
He said 2-1. I've written down because he gave me his scores earlier. So 2-1 to Man United because he's not going to say it again.
Right, okay.
Newcastle Norwich next because we're on to the midweek games now.
Right.
Newcastle, Norwich. Newcastle, Norwich. Newcastle, Norwich. I think that will end 2-2.
Shall I just write 2-2 down for all your scores?
No, because that would be so obvious.
It'd be interesting to see
Yeah.
if somebody did just write down, say 1-1 for all the scores, see whether that did better than us kicking results.
Yeah. Don't you sabotage my system. 2-2, thank you.
In fact, I'm going to go 1-1. I'm just going to stick with 1-1 for all of them and see for these midweek games, see if it's better.
I'm going
Bilbo?
2-0 to Newcastle.
2-0 to Newcastle and deeper.
At least for me, I'm going with a 2-2 draw with
Steve,
matches with Hamid.
Yeah, we know how much you like to be like Hamid.
Mimicry is the
Two
best
ballet
form of...
dances. Two ballet dances, 2-2 here and 2-2 there.
What's next, mate? What's next?
Leeds versus Palace.
Oh my God, 2-2.
I knew you were
going to
say
ever seen it.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to go 1-1. Sticking with that. I'm going
I
to
would
see.
also go 1-1. I would go with you there. 1-1.
And Deeps. I know what he said.
Come on, why? Hamid, why?
Go on, Dean.
I've gone for a 2-all draw as well.
Mate,
He loves you, Alfred. That's what it is. Rob's going to get
he's gonna be-
jealous.
You've got to be named
No.
Seamus from now on. Seamus is a great name for you. Bazza got it spot on. Go on, mate. So
I think what's happened is Chris just sent you my predictions. Because I said
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you
That's
figured it
exactly
out.
what's
Yeah.
happened. I'm
'Cause anybody
copying
wanna-
your...
Well, he is
I'm copying
winning.
your homework. That's what it is.
Next
He's
game,
looking over
Chris.
your shoulder. Southampton
Yeah.
versus Leicester.
If I've ever seen a 2-2, no. Southampton versus Leicester. Ooh,
Well,
2-1.
well, you could also go with 9-0.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Good one. Yeah, you're right. 2-1 Leicester, mate.
So 1-2, right? Okay. I'm going
Yeah.
to stick with 1-1. As I said, I'm going to go 1-1 for all of them. Bilbo.
1-1.
Well, Teeps.
Come on, Chris.
Basically, the pattern is you and Tristan have the same results, and me and Beats have the same results.
Except Deeps has got different this time. He's copied me this time.
1-1.
No, sorry,
I've got
gotcha.
1-1.
Okay.
Guys, never. We're good at this, aren't we? Right, Watford Chelsea, Sam. The third worst team in the world versus Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
So 1-2. Right, I'm sticking with 1-1.
1-1 for you,
Bilbo.
Angus.
4-0 to Chelsea.
0-4.
0-4, sorry, yeah.
And Deeps.
And it's going to be 0-3.
Right. So, next is West Ham versus Brighton. Couldn't read
If there was
Brighton,
a 2-2 result, this would be it.
2-2, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stick with
1-1. Mine is going to be 3-1.
3-1. Oh.
Yes.
Seamus?
It's
I
a safe for
I love that name for him.
Shame was so Deeps.
Yeah. Such a good
2-1.
name.
2-1 to West Ham.
Right. Wolves versus Burnley.
2-1 to Wolves.
I'm sticking with 1-1. Billy.
I really hope that's 2-2, I really do. But I'm going 2-0 to Wolves.
And Deeps, I know what you said. That's why I laughed.
If people are wondering why Tris laughed, it's because I've gone for 2-1.
Whee! Unbelievable.
Villa City.
Villa City. Ooh. Will Gerrard do us a favour? 2-1 City.
1-2, right? 1-1.
It's the same thing, isn't it, really? If I say it 2-1 to City.
Yeah, but I've got to write it down the other way round, so I've got to tell myself it so I don't write down, because that's what I kept doing wrong, is I kept writing it down the wrong way, so I have to tell myself it so I know which way to write it down, that's all.
You didn't do anything wrong, Tristan, it was your parents, mate.
Yeah, well, they certainly did. I wasn't...
Another home.
I wish you'd have masturbated. Go on,
Well,
Another
so
home,
does
Chris.
Villa at home. Yes.
Villa 0-2.
And Deeps.
3.
What, Deeps?
Sorry?
1-3.
1-3.
Yeah, I know what he said, and I still can't tell what he is.
Yeah. It was very low, wasn't it?
3-1 to City, he went with. Everton, Liverpool.
Oh, December the 1st.
Christ.
December the 1st. Everton, Liverpool. Where is it? Is it Everton? Oh, Goodison.
Yeah, it's at Woodison.
I think you'd have a great 2 minutes, and then we'll be all over you. I think it's going to be it's going to be a bit of a result to us. I think it's 3-0. 3-0 to Liverpool for sure.
Right. I'm going to stick with 1-1. Rob will kill me for that.
My prediction is 0-5. See you, Rafa. Thanks for everything.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
You know, if that's the game they're going to give him the heave-ho, that'll be the game, right?
Yeah.
Well, if he lost 5-0, I think he would be in trouble.
Well, that's my prediction. 0-5.
I'll come with you. Guys, I've got to get going. Sorry about that.
I'll just write 2-2 for the last two, don't worry.
Which one is it? What are the games?
Spurs, Brentford, Man U, Arsenal.
Spurs, Brentford 2-2, Man U, Arsenal 2-2.
See, I told you I should have just written 2-2.
Love you all.
Yeah, see you later, Robert.
Take
care,
care,
mate.
short and sweet. Just the way we
bye-bye.
like it with you. Less time.
Bye-bye,
Bye, mate. Bye, Deep.
See you
Bye,
next
Bill. Bye,
Thursday.
Tristan. Yes,
Ta-ra.
mate. See you next Thursday.
Yeah, see you next
Be
Thursday.
healthy.
Right, Spurs Brentford. Robbie's going
Wait,
1-1.
wait.
Oh God, now what? Who else is
Everton,
going?
Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, didn't you
Liverpool.
give yours? Sorry.
Yeah, 1-3 to Liverpool.
Right, yeah, because I've
Right.
already got it written down, you see, so I forgot.
Yeah.
Right, Spurs Brentford. Abby's gone 2-2. I've got Rob's gone 1-1. Bilbo
2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs and Seamus.
Going for 2-0 victory to Spurs.
Right, and then Man United Arsenal. Abby's gone 2-2. Robbie's going 1-1. Bilbo
Man United 2-0.
Man United 2-0.
Yes.
And Deeps.
With our inability to keep clean sheets, I'm going for a 2-1 victory for us.
Right, I think that's all the predictions done then. Yes. So just to give you the scores so far, Deeps is on 41, Billy's on 35, Roberto's on 28, and Abid's on 11.
Roberto's come up a bit, hasn't he? He's doing well.
Well, he caught you up, but he dropped. I think he dropped behind Deeps still.
Did he?
Oh no,
Who's
same.
the
Kept the same
guest?
score. They both got a score correct, whereas you didn't manage to get any correct. So that's where you lost out. Yeah, Rob got Man City versus Everton correct, and Deeps got Spurs versus Leeds correct.
Oh, well, good luck to them.
Right. So
Right, boys, I'm going to have to go, I'm afraid.
no, we're all done anyway.
Yeah, thanks a lot, boys. I shall see you next Thursday.
Well, we probably won't. We've
Next
said time
Thursday.
short, so
Okay.
take care,
Thanks a lot,
mate.
boys.
See you soon.
Ta-ra, lads.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.
Right. So we may as well say see you
Bye-bye.
next Thursday then as well, mightn't we?
Yeah, see you next Thursday.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for
Good
listening,
night.
anybody who's listened this long, because it's 2 hours. I can't imagine anybody has. What happened to we were going to do shorter ones, eh? Oh well, didn't last long. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Right.